What's this?
What is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
We come in peace. We come in peace. We come.
He says it is a government psyop and we should destroy it.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. According to a decades-old prophecy, today, December 3rd, 2024, is the day when we will make contact, when an alien species from a different galaxy or a different dimension will finally reveal themselves in a mass UFO formation here on Earth. And while that hasn't happened at time of recording, there have been some very strange happenings in the past couple of hours and days. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Manchester sphere. This is something that ping-pong balled around my timeline all weekend. What is this thing? Thousands of UFO sightings across the world this week, but this is really something. Apparently this sphere was flying around Manchester Airport. Pilot from inside of a plane got a look at it, you can see here, and took a photo. This is the photo. Manchester Airport metallic sphere incident. This weekend, a pilot in Manchester Airport captured footage of a metallic sphere initially hovering in the air and then descending when it continued to hover inches above the ground. Security personnel approached it and the object abruptly took off, displaying flight characteristics unlike any conventional aircraft. Here you can sort of see in this video the sphere itself. This is allegedly filmed by a pilot. You can see him here in a pilot's cockpit. You can see the sphere there on the tarmac of the airport. This is crazy. This is something that obviously, it's probably worth looking into. I got photos and received them from colleagues at the Manchester Airport. No metadata could be recovered. Timeline clarified. Object on the ground. Reported tower ops. Vehicle investigates. Orb shoots up. Man, this is very, very interesting. There have been other interesting lights that have been hovering over Washington, D.C., the U.S. Capitol. This comes just after the newest whistleblower meeting brought out more questions about UFO and UAP phenomenon. Here's the video that was also going viral this weekend. You can see the lights, some strange lights hovering over D.C. There's tons of military aircraft that hover over D.C. all of the time. But now the FBI is investigating. Well, what is this about? FBI investigates mystery sightings in New Jersey. They're calling it a drone. Here's what they look like. The skies in New Jersey are filled with what some are calling mysterious drones or UFOs. You can see some of the footage here. What the hell is that? I don't know what you can see here. There are a lot of people who have these. There are a lot of people who've been posting these photos. And you see this sort of lights and the drones. What the hell is that? Well, what the hell is this? Right? You zoom in. Spherical UFOs seen hovering over New Jersey and jaw-dropping new footage. You can see the UFOs there. You can see them here, kind of plain as day. Like, what is this stuff? Is it military weapons? Now look at that. Look at that drone. Look at that sphere. You can see it like a little sphere there in the footage. What exactly is it? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Does it look kind of like that? Is today the day? Not exactly sure. We know that the FBI is on the case, which means we'll know nothing. The FBI is investigating a series of odd drone-like sightings in New Jersey that have sparked unease among locals. Witnesses describe the drones as active during late-night hours. One resident who first noticed them in mid-November says the sightings have now become commonplace. We've been seeing them every single night, except Thanksgiving. I guess they took the night off. Social media has been a flood, ranging from UFO to concerns about surveillance. People think there are UFOs who are being spied on. What are they looking for? The alarm from residents has drawn so much attention that local authorities were forced to release a joint statement alongside prosecutors stating there is no known threat to public safety. The joint statement is being issued in response to rumors of drone activity. We encourage everyone to be mindful, but they said if a drone crashes in your yard that you shouldn't approach it. What? What is that about? Now, this is for real. I mean, this is.
And I wish I took a picture of it, but I was just kind of like, what is this? It was flying right over this church here, and it continued over the train station. It was going pretty slow. It had 3 blinking lights, red and green, and then it had 1 steady light right in the middle. And I could clearly see it.
That's not a plane.
Mike Walsh saw it too. In fact, he's seen it almost every night since mid-November.
They kind of sound like a helicopter, depending on how big they are is how loud they are. There's red and green lights on either side of them. They kind of move, not like a plane. The bigger ones do.
But he hasn't gotten much explanation. Are you concerned?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's a bit unsettling.
This is a video of the Morris County drones.
Spotters have taken to social media to share videos of the drones. No one seems to know who.
So, who are so? If these are the authorities, or the cops, and they're flying a drone, just say it. If you're flying some type of like special military equipment, just say it. Of course, they won't. We have a bunch of members of Congress who've been on the show talking about these classified briefings with the classified programs inside of our military and how they've literally discovered alien DNA and biologics and entire full crafts. You know, and you have to ask the question, like, why, like, what would they be used for, right? I mean, is this a trade going on? Just like everything else, you're just gonna have to show me evidence. You're gonna have to show me evidence that this is not happening. But the levels of secrecy and the levels of lockdown and the inescapable, indescribable paranoia inside of the systems of intelligence and military in our country when members of Congress ask questions about UFOs and UAP recovery programs and why they exist and what they have. I mean, you never get anything. You know, you get the kind of reaction of someone trying to hide something, and you can see it in these congressional hearings. And so it leads me to believe that there's obviously something there. We're very good friends with multiple members of Congress. They tell us about what's going on, and man, I believe there's definitely something from either a different dimension. Who knows? You know, Matt Walsh thinks it's demons, right, from hell itself. Something that is indescribable as far as technology that we know about, something that is certainly not terrestrial, certainly had nothing that we've seen here on Earth, and objects behaving in these ways. So I don't know. Here's MSNBC or NBC News explaining that the FBI is now involved in trying to figure out what the hell these things are. You would assume if this was being flown by our government, the FBI wouldn't investigate at all. But we'll see what happens. Who knows? It's going to be an interesting couple of years. Here you go.
FBI is now getting involved in an investigation into these mysterious, apparently small car-sized drones that people are spotting flying over New Jersey in the middle of the night. Look at this. One woman there took the video you're seeing. So that's it. It looks like it's flying pretty low. And from that perspective, it looks very large, right? And all those lights in the sky that you see there, see those lights? Those are apparently drones as well, they say, seeming to fly in a V formation, with the whole saga stressing people out nearby.
We're all completely unnerved. I didn't sleep last night. When I would get up and look out my window at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., they were still hovering. I got up at 5:30 this morning and they were still there. As the sun was starting to rise, they went back in the same direction they came from. And I expect they'll be back as soon as the sun goes down tonight.
Let's bring in Tom Winter. What's up with the mysterious drones, Tom?
Right, Allie. Well, not to go all Scully and Mulder on us here.
Do it.
Law enforcement is concerned about this. They have put out a statement, the local sheriff's office and local prosecutor's office in Morris County. So Morris County, New Jersey, pretty much the kind of the center of where this activity has been occurring, along with Somerset County. So they're about an hour-ish west of here. Don't throw things at your screen. I know that it could be double that amount of time given traffic, but just to give folks a sense of where we are and referring to New York City. As far as the size of them, multiple eyewitnesses have reported, and obviously we've seen the video here, you've just pointed it out, the size of these. It's not quite clear to law enforcement that they are car-sized at this point, but they do not appear to be kind of the homemade type that would fit on a desk. Whether or not they're the kind that would fit in a garage, well, that's going to be a bigger question. They really want the evidence here, Hallie. They want to be able to get their hands on this or know where they are flying from in an effort to try to figure out, okay, who's doing this, what are they about, and what are they specifically looking at? But officials in New Jersey stress, look, there's no indication at this point that they're a threat to the public. We'd certainly like to know what's going on, and they are encouraging people to call these in.
Why would the FBI be getting involved in this here?
A great question. So the airspace is the FBI's domain. So when the FAA sees something that is a potential violation of federal law as it pertains to the skies, that's a time where the FBI would get involved. And certainly if we're talking about multiple counties and we're talking about something that could have come from outside of New Jersey, perhaps from Pennsylvania, perhaps from New York State or the water, they want to have the ability to kind of expand this investigation. And I spoke to them just before speaking with you tonight, and they are looking for people to give them some tips and to kind of coordinate the response to this. Also figure out what are they actually looking at. There are a couple of military sites in the area, but it's not clear yet that that's necessarily the focus of what these drones are about. But they're definitely keeping an eye on the situation. You know, there have been a number of reports of these unidentified aerial phenomena, Hallie, across the country and on the West Coast. So, the government is concerned about this.
We really don't have any clues? Because right now it feels like this is so bizarre. The TLDR is like large drones fly over towns all night in the middle of the night and nobody knows where they're from. Like that's really, we really don't have any little like signals. Maybe it's so-and-so or whatever company or something.
I am not holding anything back from you. Nobody has whispered anything from me. I am promising you. And by the way, the Morris County Airport that's closest to all this, close to Bedminster, New Jersey, where Donald Trump's golf course is, where he is often, you know, Hallie, from experience covering the Trump administration, that they are certainly aware of potential aerial threats. This is an important airport. It's close to New York City. So it's not as if they're watching these drones kind of fly off into the night and just saying, oh, well, maybe we'll call somebody someday. Like, this area is familiar with it.